Hi, friends. I was about to go out and do some gardening, but I felt intercession come on me again about something that I had touched on and talked about in the last YouTube video about the times that we're living in. And I did mention that at the moment we are in a time of chess pieces moving. And I really felt the weight of the Lord over the last week or two to share more about what does that mean at the moment. And so some things that the Lord was saying to me today about the weight of the chess pieces moving at the moment. So many are in transition at the moment. It's a word that's thrown around so much at the moment, but many of us are in transition, and many of us are in the place where chess pieces are moving in our lives and from God. So some of the chess pieces that will be moving for many people, this could be you. Some of the chess pieces are locality. You will geographically be asked to move by the Lord. You will feel a need to move by the Lord. It may be regionally. You may be asked by him to move regionally. You may be asked for him to, may ask you to move a country. He may ask you to move house because of a shift that must occur in the spiritual, in the physical as well. It could be a house move. It could be a locality move, geographical move. It could be a country move. It could be any of those things. So that is one of the ways that the chess piece would move for you. Another way that the chess piece may move for you is that he may ask you to leave connections that you have that will not serve you for where he is moving you to. And so one of those things may be connections that you have that you need to step away from for a season, or it might be for good. He will talk to you about what does that look like and how to do that in a healthy way, how to try and do that in a healthy way. And so some of those things will be the shift in connections between you and some other people. And there may be new connections that he is asking you to connect to. It will be uncomfortable. All of that stuff is always uncomfortable, but there is places where he is asking you to shift in connections. That is one of the chess pieces. Another one of the chess pieces is bloodline stuff, connections to things that you have always been connected to, whether you realize it or not. There is places that have held you internally in your soul that you are connected through a bloodline connection, but not only a bloodline connection, through things that have happened to you in the past. Maybe it would be trauma, maybe it would be things that you open doors to, all those sorts of things. So that would be a place where you would deal with deliverance and inner healing and things like that. So that is another chess piece that he is asking people to do as a chess piece. That is a chess piece move. And so all of these chess piece moves are so that he can get us exactly where he needs us to be, because we have to be in the place that he is asking us to be for the shifts to occur for the body of Christ. We're all important. We all have to be in the place that we are supposed to be in order for us all to be in the places that we're supposed to be, and all the connections that are supposed to happen, all the things that are supposed to happen. And so I heard the Lord say very, very clearly, you have been homeless for a season, but now he is rehoming you. And the builder and the maker is God. This is why it feels so uncomfortable at the moment, because you are not the builder or the maker of this new thing. He is creating it himself. And this is where it can get uncomfortable, because we're so used to doing it ourselves, partnering with him, asking him what to do, and then we do it. And he may have a little bit of say in it, but there is a shift that's happening where he is the builder and the maker of the thing at the moment, because it's about bringing glory to him in this time and this season. There is no more praise for man that is able to be part of this new move that he is walking people into. When I say new move, it's not a new move. It's not a new revival. It's not a new catchphrase. It's not a new thing. It's him restoring the ancient past back to where he is where he is needing us to be, where we have moved so far away from, back to that place where we are supposed to be the light. We are supposed to be the ones that have the solutions, which means that we are able to shift the nation to where it is supposed to be. We are supposed to be the end time generation that calls forth him in this day and this hour. And in order for that to happen, we have to move those chess pieces. We have to be those chess pieces that move. And we will not have a hand in any of this. It will be him and him alone. The glory will go to him, because every knee and every tongue will confess that he is Lord. Not I am Lord, not a church is Lord, not a movement is Lord. It'll be he is Lord. He's creating it himself. This requires on our behalf sacrifice, death of self, and trust in him on a whole new level that we have never seen before. So this will require sacrifice. It will require us giving our lives to this. It will require us giving our time, our money, our family. Will have to choose. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Wherever he has placed us in those chess pieces, this is where we are going to stand. We are going to make a stand with those that he has placed with us. And so it will require a greater level of death of self, which will mean that it will no longer be about us, it will be about him. And the only way that will happen is if we die to self, because it will be him in us being manifest. It won't be us being manifest anymore. And there will also be a greater level of trust in him on greater levels. Now, I say this, and it sounds very like, yeah, I get it. But there is going to be a greater level of trust that we have never experienced before, we have never seen before, we have never partnered with before. It will be a place where it is going to push us to the brink of no return. We will be a place of like, if I die, I die. If I perish, I perish, like Esther. It will be, do I believe that he will come through for me more than anything else, because there is no other option but God. Those things will shift in our lives, but he will build us. He will not take us to the extreme level at the time. At this point in time, he's building faith and trust in us. He's building a level of faith and trust in us that will increase, so that we will be able to endure when it gets harder and harder and harder. So the shift is here. That is why you feel uncomfortable. Your ways have ended, and now he will take the reins and lead you on into the new that he has built for you. When I heard the Lord say that, I saw horses and I saw him on the reins, like he was leading, he was guiding, he was directing, he was pushing the horses forward. He is in charge. And the thing is that we can kick against the goad all we like. That will be part of the place of death, where it's like he will not allow any of this to continue. It will be about him and him alone. It will be that shift where it is about wholly him, and we will be the ones that will be manifesting who he is, standing as a testimony, standing as an ambassador for Christ. That's what it's all about, us being ambassadors for Christ, where we are filled with him, where we imbue him, where we become part of him. We're part of his body. He is the head. We are the body. That's Jesus. And so that's the place we're at the moment. He is the maker. He is the builder. The maker and the builder is God. It's that new place that he is creating for us. So I hope that helps you. I hope that makes you feel a bit less stressed or diseased at the moment, because it is hard at the moment. It is so hard at the moment pioneering. It is so hard at the moment dying. It is so hard at the moment. Everything is so hard at the moment, but it's all worth it, because he is coming to build something in you and around you, and he is the builder and he is the maker.